Have you ever thanked the door that slammed in your face? Maybe not yet. But what if I told you some of the greatest breakthroughs in life begin with rejection? That sting, that cold silence, that no you weren't expecting. It hurts, sure. But beneath that momentary pain lies a gift, a redirection, a reshaping, a rebirth. And the ancient Stoics knew it. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and philosopher, once wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." That quote isn't just poetry. It's a weapon. And today, I'm going to show you how to use it. This isn't some feel-good talk about bouncing back. No, we're going deep into the 13 Stoic strategies that will help you not only survive rejection, but harness it. If you've ever been overlooked, ghosted, turned down, or undervalued, this is your call to flip the narrative. Let's begin. Ignore those who ignore you. When someone shuts you out, don't chase. Don't explain. Don't beg to be seen. Instead, follow a Stoic move that speaks louder than any words. Indifference to the indifferent. When someone disregards your presence, they reveal more about their character than yours. Respond not with desperation, but with direction. Turn inward. Reinvest your energy. Pour it into your passions, your progress, your peace. You're not ignoring them out of bitterness. You're simply choosing not to give your energy to someone who treats it as worthless. That's not revenge. That's self-respect. 2. Control your emotional response. Rejection often makes you want to react, lash out, defend yourself, spiral. But here's where real strength kicks in. Instead of snapping, you pause, breathe, zoom out. Epictetus taught, it's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters. Rejection hurts, but pain doesn't have to mean panic. Instead of being dragged around by your feelings, become an observer. Ask yourself, why does this bother me? Is it their judgment or my own self-doubt? This isn't about burying emotion. It's about mastering it, holding your power, choosing when and how to respond on your terms. When you learn to sit calmly in the storm, you become the calm in the storm. And that is Stoic. 3. Remove them from your mind. The moment you let someone live in your head rent-free, they win. Rejection is a moment, not a monument. Don't turn it into a shrine. Don't replay it. Don't fantasize about what you could have said. Let it go. Not out of weakness, but as an act of inner cleanliness. Clear the clutter. Focus forward. Think of your mind as a garden. Would you let a weed keep growing just because it showed up first? Of course not. You are the gatekeeper of your thoughts. Train them to serve your purpose, not your pain. 4. Shift your perspective entirely. What if rejection wasn't a loss, but a redirect? Stoicism isn't about painting fake smiles. It's about confronting reality and finding strength in truth. So here's a truth. Not every rejection is a setback. Sometimes it's a setup for alignment. A misfit closing the door so the right fit can open. Use rejection as your turning point. Pick up that book you've been putting off. Learn the language. Apply to the job you thought was out of reach. Explore. Expand. Evolve. Every no is clearing the path for a deeper yes. 5. Let silence do the talking. In a world that screams for attention, silence is power. You were rejected, ignored, ghosted. Everything in you wants to chase, to fix, to understand. but instead, don't. Let your silence speak, not as a tactic, but as a declaration. I do not beg. I do not chase. I move forward. Your stillness is your strength. It says, I have more important things to tend to, like my growth. Rejection isn't an emergency. It's a pause. Use it. 6. Prove them wrong without saying a word. The best comeback? Excellence. When someone doubts you, let their words be the fuel, not the fire. You don't need to argue. You don't need to convince. Just level up quietly. You were called uncreative? Build something remarkable. Labeled unreliable? Become consistency incarnate. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." In your silence, build. In your privacy, evolve. The goal isn't to show them, it's to surprise yourself. And here's the beauty. The moment you stop trying to impress others, you begin to impress the only one who matters. You. Have fun. Yes, seriously. Rejection tightens the chest. It shrinks your world. But Stoicism doesn't mean becoming stone. It means choosing joy intentionally. So here's your rebellion. Have fun. Laugh. Dance. Learn. Create. Rejection says, you don't belong. You answer, watch me thrive anyway. Do something new, something reckless, something just for the joy of it. Reclaim your spontaneity, because joy is not a luxury. It's a signal that you are alive, that you are more than rejection, that your soul still plays. And when you laugh in the face of loss, you win. 8. Build your social worth. Rejection can isolate you, but that's exactly when you expand. Use the pain as a push into community, into connection, into becoming the kind of person who adds value wherever they go. This isn't about collecting status. It's about collecting depth. Pick up that skill. Get your body moving. Show up to that event. Volunteer. Contribute. Collaborate. Because the more you invest in yourself, the more the world begins to reflect your worth back to you. Seneca once said, associate with people who are likely to improve you. And sometimes, rejection clears space for you to find them. 9. Act as if they don't exist. This isn't spite, it's discipline. When someone rejects you or ignores you, don't spiral, don't obsess. Instead, choose an uncommon but powerful response. Detachment. You walk into a room, they're there. And you engage with the people who see you, who reciprocate your energy. You remain cordial, calm, clear, but you do not chase validation. You don't punish, you don't provoke, you just love around them. You're not cold, you're centered. When necessary, speak, but never more than needed. Professional, poised, unshaken. And if the distance grows wider, let it. Not everyone deserves access to your presence. Your presence is a privilege. Protect it. 10. Use the silent treatment. Not to hurt, but to heal. Let's be clear. Silence isn't a punishment. It's a boundary. A declaration of emotional independence. When someone shows indifference, you don't respond with rage or pleading. You respond with stillness. Not to manipulate, but to gain clarity. That silence becomes your sacred space. It allows you to observe, to feel, to understand. Not them, but yourself. What triggered you? What do you fear losing? What story are you still clinging to? Silence helps you answer the one question Stoicism always asks. What's in your control? And when you choose silence with intention, you stop spiraling around someone else's behavior and start orbiting around your own growth. 11. Never beg for attention. The moment you beg for someone's attention, you hand them your self-worth like it's up for negotiation. Don't do it. If someone can't see your value, that's not your cue to perform louder. It's your cue to walk quieter, stronger. Epictetus reminds us, know first who you are, and then add on yourself accordingly. So don't chase the gaze of someone who's already looking away. Redirect your gaze inward. Invest in your passions. Pour your soul into the life you're building. Live so deeply, so meaningfully, that attention becomes a side effect, not the goal. And when you stop seeking validation, something amazing happens. People start noticing anyway. 12. Be kind, but stay emotionally guarded. Kindness is strength, but boundaried kindness is power. Just because someone rejected you doesn't mean you have to turn cold. Smile, nod, hold the door, but don't reopen the emotional vault. You can be respectful without being available. You can be warm without being vulnerable. This is the Stoic edge. Grace under pressure, and emotional distance without bitterness. You're not withholding because you're hurt. You're choosing distance because you've healed enough to protect your peace. It's not coldness, it's clarity. 13. Don't showcase the struggle. Carry it with dignity. Rejection can shake you, but never let it unmake you. You don't have to post about your pain. You don't have to broadcast your comeback. You just need to keep moving, with purpose. True resilience doesn't always roar. Sometimes it walks quietly, gets to work, and lets the results echo louder than any explanation. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." So don't grovel, don't whine, don't retaliate. Just become so whole, so grounded, so driven, that their rejection feels like a footnote in a much greater story. And that story is yours. We've walked through 13 Stoic strategies to transform rejection. And now, I want you to remember this. Rejection doesn't define you. Your response does. When someone turns away, it's not the end of your worth. It's the beginning of your awakening. Every no is a secret yes to yourself. You've just been handed the opportunity to build your mind, protect your peace, define your path, and rise, not in spite of rejection, but because of it. So here's your call to action. Comment "Strength in Adversity" below. If you've made it this far, subscribe for more wisdom on Stoicism, resilience, and self-mastery. And above all, keep going. Because the Stoic doesn't fear rejection, they reforge themselves in it. Stay grounded, stay growing, stay stoic.